Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. The question is, did you sell your Virgin Galactic today? Did I sell my Virgin Galactic today? Shall I share with you or should I keep you on tender hooks a little bit longer? All right, let's have a look. Let's go through our positions, put the live links here you need. For all the links are below in the description of the video. And if it's your very first time here, click subscribe and ring the bell, and also smash the like button. There you go. In the chat, who sold out their Virgin Galactic MSK? I know you're holding, says Zed Hink. All right, shall we have a look at my portfolio? My portfolio is in the green. The Roth IRA is slightly down today, but that's fine. $72,329. $72,329 sounds good, right? Very, very nice indeed. Okay. Now then, we've had a very, very busy day today. Record numbers of members, record numbers of everything, really. We did 2 reviews earlier. We did Grab for Steve Wally, Fight Channel for Ford. We're now doing another review for David Burrows, PDD Holdings. We're going to do that in a few moments as well. That's 3 reviews in one day. There will not be a premiere tonight, I'm afraid. But unfortunately, I just don't have the time to get it edited. But there'll be a premiere tomorrow. And then one after the show. There'll be 2 premieres tomorrow, I would imagine. Anyway, let's go through all our positions. My overall position here is... as you can see, we're looking good. There was a lot of manipulation today in the markets, a lot of big mega caps dumping. And it was exactly the ones we expected. PLTR, too expensive. Gold, too expensive. The S&P went down and back up again, too expensive. Amazon sold off and continued selling off today. At one point, Amazon was down nearly 2%. Amazon is too expensive. You can see that. So no surprise there. Apple, way too expensive. You can see it there. NextEra Energy, the ones that are undervalued, the ones that have value, they are not oversold. They're going up. Enphase Energy keeps going up. It's a 3x. Did I sell? Of course I didn't. I want to sell it for $300, not $121. It's not worth $121. It's worth $300. Anyway, Coca-Cola. Now, why has that gone down? Because that's used as a source of funds. However, I'm still up 7% on it. Dividend solid. It gets used to buy in and out for the dividends. People will just drop it and buy it back later on. They used it to buy other stocks like Solar, like Virgin Galactic. That's why Coca-Cola is down today. J&J, also a source of funds they can buy back. These are slow-moving stocks. They get used as piggy banks. Kenvue, same thing. It's part of J&J. Chevron, our oil. We are just about in the money. Oil is going up. It's 149.37 now on Chevron. I'm actually $14 out of the money, but I've made money from it because I've received dividends, which has gone in cash, which I don't buy back in. I received my first dividend payment of 25. I will receive nearly triple that at the next earnings, at the next dividend payout if I kept it, because I bought a lot more since then. So I would get another $50, but 75 on the next quarter if I held. Am I going to hold? Well, Hex is the big deal with Chevron. That happens in the new year. So Chevron is likely to go up next year. But it's not the sort of thing I want to hold. I want to bring margin down. But I want to make money from it. Otherwise, what was the point of holding it? And, I could have had the money working elsewhere. So it could easily make me 10, 15% a year on the S&P. That'll do, and then I'll be out. So I'm at a wash now. I could if I wanted to sell it and not pay any tax on it, but I'd rather just make 10, 15%, and then I'll sell it. Tesla. Tesla is now up nearly 10%, done very well today. It's a good position. Rivian, they've done much better today. I think they're just following Tesla, to be honest, a bit too expensive. McDonald's has trimmed off a little bit. All the stuff that is expensive is trimmed off. Don't get me wrong, Tesla is expensive, but the growth of potential is far greater than Amazon and Apple. Anyway, Google is down today. It's getting close to a buy for me, but not yet. Microsoft, that was down even lower, nearly 3% today. That's a lot. And as I said, no surprise, Microsoft out of those mega caps is the most expensive. I made 50% on this one. It's now at just about where I sold it. It continued going up a bit more. Now it's back. It's got potential. It's got growth in the future. I could buy it here if I wanted to, but I do want to buy it under valuation. I really need to do that. It doesn't make any sense to chase it. Walmart, I'm still up now, even with a down day like today now. Tesco, Tilray, it's done well, but it's rubbish as far as I'm concerned. It's got no value at all. I've only got one Roth IRA share. I don't intend to holding it at all. Robinhood is up 38%. We just pulled back, but we're going back up again. IonQ's too expensive. Rocket Lab's done well. Apparently, we have the flight tomorrow. Plug Power gave some of you a scare. I was receiving messages on Instagram and X. Am I selling my plug? No, it's a 4X. That doesn't mean to say I can't trim it though, but I'm not selling it. No. Plug Procter and Gamble. That's gone down quite a bit today. Rumble, rubbish. Funware, don't want to be in this at all. I'm not in it at all. FFIE. This has shown its real colors, actually. It's a lottery ticket, but if it can't rise on days like today, nothing will, because at the end of the day, no one's buying it. No one's got a reason to buy it, though. Bitcoin up 0.44. Amend spot Bitcoin ETF application again. Will SEC grant approval before deadline? What's that there? Loading. Asset management firm Valkyrie Investments submitted its fourth amendment to the spot Bitcoin ETF. What happened? There we go. Well, we put the news out a few months ago, didn't we? A few weeks ago about Bitcoin and the issue with Bitcoin that's going to get an ETF, and everybody bought it. There's no ETF yet. It's just talk at the moment. We're expecting it to happen, but nevertheless, it hasn't happened yet. Polygon is down slightly, and XRP is up. I'm expecting a $7 token there. All right, so let's have a look. Let's read the comments. Who sold their Virgin Galactic? 20 million volume today. I opened a small position with Rocket Lab share at 507. Let me have a look at that for you. Rocket Lab, 507. That's okay. That's good. I think that can double. I didn't sell anything from Virgin Galactic, says Raman. Hi, Niels. Good evening, all. Best YouTube channel in the world. I love it. I love it. Good evening, family. How you doing? Good afternoon. Loving my position today, but really have to give shout out to Tesla, which is my star performer today. Let's have a look. Let's give a shout out to the star of the day. Let's have a look. Tesla. Yeah, doing good. Doing good. Up 4%. I'm up 10% now. Long way to go for this stock, though. Long way. Jojo S, what a nice rally today. Will it continue to next week? In any case, I'm not selling anything right now. Space is likely to sell off tomorrow, in my opinion, says Jojo S. Hey, Craig, what's your thoughts, buddy? Jojo S. Hi, Joe. Jojo, Virgin Galactic will rise another 5% tomorrow. Hi, Stephen. I hope you're right, Raman. I'd say it will go back to $2. Mark Saxby, Rocket Lab's next launch, The Moon God Awakens, is tonight at 10 o'clock Central Time at the start of a 2-hour window. I can't cover that. Mark Saxby, I'm afraid it's the wrong time. I can't be up there at that time. Jojo, mate, yes, think we'll get a pullback to around 2. But before they announced, our astronauts trimmed a few shares with intention to buy back on a lower average. Hey, Martin, I'm unsure if you've already done IonQ or another quantum stock in general. May I request a review? Randy B. They have long way, I think, in terms of tech, but could be an opportunity. Randy B. IonQ. On the list it goes. On the list it goes. Charge point earnings December the 7th. Okay, let's have a look. Here we go. So this is Randy B. Okay. Randy B. Whoops-a-daisy. Wants IonQ. I've got it on the list. There it is. Hi there all. What happened yesterday? Everything all right? What happened yesterday? What do you mean, what happened yesterday? So, I've been asking the question, have I sold my Virgin Galactic? Can you imagine? It'd be funny, wouldn't it? Yeah, I sold it all. Even though I say I put it on stock on X, I just sold it. Did I sell it all? Of course I didn't sell it all today. Of course I didn't. There was manipulation. Some of you fell for it. I didn't. There's my Virgin Galactic shares, 257. I'm up 63%. Very nice, right? Very nice. No, of course I'm not selling at 157. What happened yesterday? Everything all right? Oh, with Leah. Yes, thank you very much, Leah. We had a bit of an emergency here at home with Leah. That's all I can say. And she needed my help immediately. I ended the show immediately, went to her assistance and aid, and everything is well. She is fine. She thanks everyone for your concern. So thank you very much indeed for all of you. Hey, Martin, do you recommend SoFi? No, the CEO talks rubbish. So the business is good. They need a new CEO. However, CEO hasn't got a clue. And because they're running a money business, I feel like it's ridiculous, you know. No, rubbish. I wouldn't buy SoFi. I think you're better off with Robinhood. Now you might go, well, that's not the same sort of business. It kind of is. It's a fintech company that's also a brokerage that's got a credit card coming out that is similar in the sector. I think you can get the growth that you want in Robinhood. I don't think you need to buy SoFi. I think SoFi has a good business, but the CEO talks nonsense. So I can't buy it. I can't invest in a company I don't trust the CEO. Anyway, Niels, I didn't expect you to, mate, as it was a bit of a late one. I'll be watching to see how the return to launch goes. Holding 700 shares long and strong. Yes, I would love to cover it, but if I cover that, I'm now going to be 24 hours a day. I'm not going to sleep at all. So, you know, that's not good. Okay, great, says Niels. Wonderful. Right, is David Burrows in the chat? No, David Burrows is not in the chat. Okay, here we go. So, PDD. Okay. Bum ba-dum bum bum. Yum ba-dum dum dum dum. We're setting up a review. $10,000 in the S&P, 100%. $10,000 in PDD holdings, 100%. There we go. And analyze. Analyze. I just been the dentist for having my 6 monthly teeth clean. All good. All good here. No problem with my teeth. I'm telling you, good English teeth. Solid. Proper job. Yeah, all good. So PDD Holdings. Agriculture company. Oh, hello. It's interesting. PDD Holdings. Like a bit of this. Well, that's a strange What's that for a website? That can't be right. Is this a big... What is this? 194 billion. That can't be... Really? That's your website? No. Well, bugger me. Really? That's your website? You're going to love this one. You're going to love this one. Wow, wow, wow. I do see... oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Really? What did he say? It's doing the Super Bowl? Is that really it? It's a multinational commerce group. That can't be right. Wow. This'll be interesting. Never seen nothing like it. Let me just double check. Make sure make sure I'm spot on, because that looks ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. Well, they don't believe in spending any money on a website. Pin Duo. See, this is very confusing. Which one is this? Hang on. That doesn't make sense. Let me trying to understand. Have we got David Burrows? He said this was the right one, but it's like very odd. Let's have a look. We've got PDD Holdings, and then we've got Pin Duo. But they're both PDD. They are. That is the same one. That is it. Wow. Yeah, this is. Wow. Wow. Gotta say, not impressed with the website. I mean, wow. Wow, it is. Blimey. $194 billion company has a website for a 5-year-old. Wow. Well, it's their business. I'll share with you in a minute what I'm looking at, but I'm a bit blown away. I got to be honest. This is going to be interesting, especially if I get the CEO on the show. You'll be like, "Well, thanks ever so much, mate." Well, anyway, how are we all doing? Manipulation with Virgin Galactic. Yes, Jeffrey Diamond. Jeffrey Diamond has just upgraded to silver.
Jeffrey Diamond has become a member.
Have you upgraded? Oh, Jeffrey, are you new to silver? Are you upgraded? Jeffrey, if you're a silver member, you can go on the homepage of the YouTube channel. Should that be what you wish to do, you have to request that though. I don't do it automatically. But anyway, if you want to, let me know. Right. Okay. All right. We're just about to do a review. Very interesting company. Reuters. No, that's not reliable. Figs advertising again. A lot of Figs advertisement. Not much news there. All right, trying to get the best news. Right. Nothing really to shout about. So we won't bother with that. Okay, we have all that. We have a bit of that. Okay. Got a few things that I can use, I think, before I give my thoughts on it. So, we had a new member today. Who's requested a review. So we're about to do it. All right, then. Okay, back to the main portfolio. Everything's rising again. He says taking a long, slow drag on his big fat soup and just go, everything is just fine. Everything is fine. Maybe that's why they're cost efficient. I don't have the feeling Martyn buys PDD anytime soon. Yeah, I mean, I've never seen anything like it. Anyway, Martyn, I missed this morning what happened with manipulation on Virgin Galactic. We'll cover that in a minute. Ignore Richard Jacob. That's false information coming through there. That's trolling and God knows what else. Anyway, okay, should we ready to rock and roll? Time for another review. All right. That's our third review of the day. I think that's funny when someone says, don't think Martyn's going to buy it. You reckon? I don't buy anything if it's not right. It's got to be, for me, it's ticks every single box. If you're loose with your business, you're not having my money. Yeah. People are too willing to part with money. It looks free because it's on an app, but it's not. It's real money. Right. Okay. So we are 24 minutes in. Right. David Burrows here. I don't think David is here. No, he's not. That doesn't matter. I'm still doing it because he paid for it. He went, I'm a member. I want it. Can you do it? I went, yeah, all right then. So 24 minutes. 3 reviews in one day. Can you believe it? So Jeffrey Diamond, thank you ever so much for your support for becoming a silver member. Can I thank you, first of all, for your support as a silver member? Should you wish to go on the homepage of the YouTube channel, let me know. That's one of your extra perks. But thank you for that support. That's really, really kind of you. Thank you. Jeffrey Diamond has just become a silver member of our channel, and you get extra benefits over the bronze members, and it's very much appreciated. Okay, so if you've just tuned in, we're about to do another review. The person that requested it is not here, but that doesn't matter. It has to be done. So I'm going to do it right now. Thank you very much for your support. I'm overwhelmed by the support. It just keeps on growing. I actually spoke to a sponsor today who wanted to sponsor my channel, offered me a lot of money, a crypto project, and I turned it down. And he said, I can't believe you turned it down. You're only a small channel. That's what he said to me after I said no. I said, well, offer me a lot of money. And I said, no, I'm sorry. I can't be doing any of that. Anyway, I could have had a lot of money today. Alrighty. Took gains on Space at 270 and picked up 400 Rocket Labs. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Okay. Time for a review. Another new company we'll learn about now. Climb aboard and welcome, mates. I love it. Phone lines are open if you want to call in. Anyway, we're going to make a review now, so we need to get straight into it. Right, let's go. Time for another stock review. This time, PDD Holdings. And this is going to surprise you, this one, when I started to look at it and research it and prepare for this review. I was like, really? Really? The first thing I need to say, of course, is it's an ADR. What does ADR mean? Let me share with you what are ADRs. American Depository Receipts. ADRs represent shares of non-US based companies. Banks issue ADRs to facilitate trading on US exchanges. Some banks require investors to pay periodic service fees, typically 0.01 to 0.03 per share. Very, very small, but we just need to alert you there are extra costs into buying companies outside of the US. Just so you know, I've got a few, shouldn't put you off, but you just need to be made aware of it. Okay, you're now going to get a full review on this review. We are going to look at the balance sheet, the numbers, who's buying, who's selling. We're going to compare it to the S&P 500. We're going to give it a profitability score, solvency score, see the inside trading, news around the stock. We're also going to look at some recent news as well, the sentiment. We're also going to look at the website. I'm going to save the best bit for last. That's probably, well, I'm not going to say anything, but you want to see the website. That's all I want to say. We're going to compare it to the S&P. Is it a good stock? And of course, I always, as always, reach out to the CEO. My reviews accompany Meet the CEO series, where I interview CEOs from the New York Stock Exchange and have them on my show. They accompany these videos, so I shall send an invitation, and I shall put all the playlist for the Meet the CEO playlist at the end as well. You can ask me to do a full review of a stock. It's using the most up-to-date, most advanced algorithmic software. It's unbiased, it's real, no one sponsors me, pays me to say these things. I just look at it as if I was investing in it. Well, basically I am, right? And if I want to buy it or not, and I'm just looking at balance sheets, numbers, facts, information, building relationships on the ground with the companies, and coming to the conclusion, is it right for me to buy this stock? Right, without further ado, let's get straight into it. What is PDD? Well, let's start off and we look at the overall chart here. Going back from 2018 to where we are now, you can see it was around at 26, all the way up to 165, back down again and straight back up again. So what is it? Okay, PDD Holdings is a multinational commerce group that owns and operates a portfolio of businesses. The company aims to bring more businesses and people into the digital economy so that local communities and small businesses can benefit from increased productivity. It's a bit like Palantir coming in and restructuring your business and making it more efficient, and AI, I don't know. Anyway, from increased productivity and new opportunities. It has built a network of sourcing logistics and fulfillment capabilities that support its underlying business. The company was founded by Hu Lin Chai and Zheng Huang in 2015. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And headquartered in Dublin, Ireland. I've got family in Ireland, so I'll have them go around and have a knock on the door. The listed name is PDD. PDD Holdings is an American depository share company. Right, let's have a look. 12,992 employees. CEO is Li Chin. It is 40% if you are buying with margin, so it's mid-risk. Gives you an idea that it's mid-risk. Just gives you a sentiment of the volatility of the stock. The market cap, not the value of the company, just the value of the shares outstanding, what people are prepared to pay, 194 billion. So it's a decent sized company, right? It's bigger than me. I like it. 194 billion. High today, 147, 52-week high, 147. So we're pretty much at a 52-week high at the moment. Don't like to buy at a 52-week high unless there's any extra stimulus to the stock that we don't yet know about. Anyway, price earnings ratio, 32.79 price to earnings ratio. So it trades expensive, potentially. You need to compare it. I don't know who to compare it to yet. The price earnings could be expensive. It's a growth stock. It may have a price that can grow into its value. Certain stocks like Tesla, you will pay more for because everyone's buying it and it's going to grow into the stock. I don't know. We'll need to look at that shortly. 52-week low, $59. So there's a lot of volatility here. No dividends, fully a growth stock. 9 million is the average volume. No volume at all today, which is a concern on a really, really, really bullish day. If this business was of any consequence and anybody wanted to buy anything, today is the day, because we can identify today and put a little check mark next to the businesses who haven't moved today. We've seen quite a few dead companies not move today. And that tells you there's something wrong because they've not moved. Because the whole world has gone extremely bullish and everything's being bought. That doesn't mean to say they're doing the right thing or the wrong thing. But if nothing's moving on a day like today, it's never going to move, right? I'm just saying. It's important to know that. Okay. The analysts from Morningstar, who I don't regard as the best in the world, they say it's 94% buy out of 47 ratings. Strong buy from them. No, it's a hold, no sell. Let's have a look what the Bulls and the Bears say. The Bulls say PDD could be able to penetrate the high price categories and less sensitive consumers better than expected. The Bears, on the other hand, say users will go to Alibaba and JD, but not PDD for high price and unbranded merchandise, except for that are subsidized by PDD. Success is the categories could be worse. In these categories could be worse. Okay, that's just a basic case from the Bears and the Bulls. All right. Let's move down and look at the earnings. First of all, the stewardship is standard. The uncertainty is very high. Don't be put off by that. That's quite normal. Economic moat, narrow. Okay, gives us an idea of the margins then. The company is making money. As you can see, it looks like it's moving up. It looks like it's beating consistently the Wall Street analysts as well. The dark is the Wall Street analyst. The light green is the actual results. And it is comfortably beating the Wall Street analysts. So that's good. Who are we in bed with? Who else is buying this company? Well, JD, Alibaba, You know what I think of Alibaba. It's not for me. I did a review on it recently. Tencent, Baidu. I have to say, I'm not familiar with all these companies, but there's some Chinese companies here. I don't buy Chinese companies. I just don't like the manipulation of the way the Chinese government work. It's just not for me. But anyway, there's nothing terrible in that list. There's no Mullen or anything like that, or Tilray or anything like that with aggressive or Lucid. Aggressive stock trading, but there is some volatility here. And as the bears say, they could go to JD and Alibaba for these services. And so who knows? Anyway, this is the first time I've looked at it. Let's go and look at, before we go into the numbers, which is the most important, that comes toward the end of my review, the most important. We're going to look now at the website. And if you type in pddholdings.com, are you ready for the shock of the century? I think this is really bad. Whoever's managing the company has dropped the ball big time. And I look for excellence. If there's anything about anything I don't like, there's plenty that I do. I just move on. Next. Let me look at this. So when I type this in, pddholdings.com, this is the website. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Yep. A $1 billion company looks like that. I was like, that can't be right. But it is. It is absolutely right. I am flabbergasted that they think that is acceptable from a company of this size. PDD Holdings is a multinational commerce group that owns and operates a portfolio of businesses. PDD Holdings aims to bring more businesses and people into the digital economy so that local communities and small businesses can benefit from the increased productivity and new appointments. PDD Holdings has built a network of sourcing, logistics, and fulfillment capabilities that support its underlying businesses. Now remember, when you are buying a business, you are buying the management, the CEO, the company, what they do. Do you trust them? Do you like them? It doesn't really matter if you like them, but do you respect them? I have to say, that is terrible. PDD Holdings, that's your website, your homepage, your front page. Look at that. I mean, I made it on the phone in 3 minutes. I mean, you've got to judge it for what it is. If you click on the button, investors, this is what it takes you to. I really don't know what to say about that. I mean, well, let's be honest. Let's use the word. It's pretty crap, isn't it? It's probably the worst website I've ever seen. If I'm honest, and I am, and there we are. I mean, it has to be the worst website I've ever seen in the history of the world. I mean, what can I say? News releases. Let's have a look at the latest news, November 28. We will look at their financial results in detail in a moment. But anyway, there it is. That's how the company like to present themselves. What can I say? There is another part of it. This is Pinudu Duo. It's a bit confusing. This is the same company, though. This is the same company. All part of. Now, straight away, as I often say, if there's confusion for the investor, if there's confusion for the customer, I don't want any part of it. So this looks very confusing to me. I think agriculture, our principles, our values. I'm going to look at the numbers in a minute, but I don't know if anybody else feels the same. Are we confused by what this business actually is? Our company, play the video. All right, I'll play the video. I'll make sure I'm muted. Mute the site. Let's play the video just a moment. It's not a conventional company. It's a mobile in nature and caters for, you got that right, it's not conventional, and needs the use of a smartphone. The PIN format and pioneered means of share, explore and purchase together. Not only values, most people value products of our platform. Okay, I'm reading all the information. It's obviously in Chinese. While conventional e-commerce platforms rely on search-based inventory index models, Pinduoduo's platform is based on resembling a virtual bazaar. Okay. All right, enough of that. Our company. Wow. Okay. Founded in 2015. Let's try and get to the bottom of this. PDD Holdings, Pinduoduo, started as a fresh agriculture platform before expanding to a leading social commerce player serving approximately 900 million users. True, it's true to its slogan, "Together, more savings, more fun." Pinduoduo brings fun into consumers' shopping journey. As a company rooted in agriculture, what am I getting these last couple of days? Some very odd companies. Pinduoduo has worked with more than 16 million farmers and their community to take part in and benefit from the fast-growing digital economy. What is PD Holdings? PDD Holdings is a multinational commerce group that owns and operates a portfolio of businesses. PDD Holdings aims to be... Okay, we've all read that before. Okay, this is very confusing. Anyway, that being said, let's look at some news. Wall Street continued to celebrate strong quarterly results from the Chinese online retailer. Shares of PDD Holdings climbed 4% to a fresh 52-week high on Thursday, following several bullish analysis notes regarding the parent company of Chinese online retailer Pinduoduo. Okay, that's the parent company. So now we're kind of getting an idea of, okay, PDD enjoyed price target upgrades from several analysis firms between yesterday after market close and early this morning. JP Morgan raised its target to 180 from 120. Bernstein raised it from 170, but they would do. Those sort of companies always do. Banks always do. I don't trust that. Let's have a little look. Wall Street is celebrating PDD's latest quarter. The timing of the upgrade is no coincidence. Shares also rallied yesterday as several other analysts upgraded their respective ratings on PDD stock after the company's third quarter 2023 results absolutely crushed expectations. PDD's quarterly revenue soared 94% year over year to 68.8 billion yuan, or roughly $9.4 billion, while net income climbed. Anyway, I will read those figures myself using our software. What's next for the shareholders? Wall Street analysts aren't the only ones praising PDD for its relative strength. According to a subsequent report from Bloomberg, Alibaba Group co-founder Jack Ma issued an internal memo calling for his company to correct its course as other Chinese rivals gain momentum. Ma even signaled out PDD, praising decisions taken by the company in recent years that have fueled its growth. Alibaba, for its part, has struggled to drive revenue growth. Yes, I said I wouldn't buy Alibaba at all. Okay. We're getting an idea of what it is. In my mind, though, from an investment point of view, it's still not a proprietary direct focus. It's not an Apple. It's not a Tesla. It's not a Virgin Galactic. It's not a Google. It's not an Amazon. It's not a company that I can just see where it's going and understand its business structure. It seems a bit complicated to me, and I don't like Chinese manipulated stocks anyway. So I'm not buying this regardless. I don't fully understand it, even though I'm reading it. So there it is. It is what it is. Let me go over to the numbers now, and let's look at the numbers, and we can decide whether it's a good company or not, based upon facts, not just confusion, which is what you often get with this type of stock. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. Let's have a look. So, best case scenario. Now, Wall Street have just said everything's great. It's got massive growth, blah, 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 blah. But our numbers using basic numbers, facts, most advanced algorithmic software, no influence, no siding up on one side, no one paying me to review, none of that, just numbers. Best case scenario It's overvalued by 55%. We're not in a best case scenario. We're in a base case. Base case, 1% overvaluation. Now then, I'm prepared to spend up to 25% overvaluation for a high growth stock like Tesla, for example, because everybody buys it. It's expensive. It can grow and continue. Overvaluation is 1%. So it's in that realm if you think it's going to grow. But I like to buy undervalued stocks, not overvalued stocks, no matter how much they are, unless I understand the business, like Tesla, for example. Overvaluation, 45% if we value at $80. Okay, all right. So that gives an idea about the intrinsic value, but there's not enough there. There's no warnings. Everything seems fine. Historic profit, 481. I'm looking at a company like this. One, it's not for me. I'm just telling you right off the bat. It's too confusing. Don't know what it is. I wouldn't buy it anyway. But I would like to look at the margins, how it compares to Alibaba and JD and Amazon perhaps. Anyway, let's scroll down. Let's pick this up. This is our interpretation of what was said from the facts that were said. So we can put it, it's not manipulated, it's exactly as it was said. Q3 revenue soared 68.8 billion. A 94% increase year on year. Sounds great. However, you get an S-curve, it could flatten off. We don't know that yet. With substantial gains in both online marketing services, up 39% to RMB 39.7 billion. Transaction services up 315%. Costs rose significantly due to enhanced services, leading to a 263 spike in total cost of revenue. Operating expenses grew more modestly at 44%, reflecting strategic investment under the firm's development strategy. Non-GAAP R&D, research and development, spending hit a record 2.8 billion. GAAP net income reached 15.5 billion. Okay. All right. Cash flow strong. All right. Let's look at the balance sheet. So we're talking about lots of growth here. But again, no matter how big the growth is, you've got to understand what you're buying. And I'm not fully sure what I'm buying. Up 20% on the most recent range. Analysts are predicting huge growth, S-curve type growth. However, the intrinsic value didn't dictate that. That's what they're anticipating. And again, this kind of stock is heavily manipulated. So I don't know about this yet. Anyway, operating income up 16%, net income up 12%. So all of this stuff looks good. You know, let's move down. Operating cash flow, 83.8 billion, up 33%. Capital expenditure, not much information there. Yeah, that's a long time ago. Some information there missing. That's not good. That's not our software. It's just not available. 83.8 up 33% free cash flow. Okay, let's have a look at the balance sheet. The balance sheet is 314 billion in assets, 152 in liabilities. We got 203 cash and short-term investments. So we're holding a lot of cash in this business. Okay, liabilities. Long-term debt, they haven't got any real debt to think about. 1.6 billion. 1.6 billion. 314 in assets. 203 billion. They're very well financed. They've got plenty of money. Wherever this money came from, they've got plenty of money. Debts is irrelevant. So their solvency score is going to be fantastic. Now then, I'll jump straight to that. There you go. 64%. I actually thought it would have been higher than that. There's obviously something bringing it down. It's interesting. I would have thought it would be higher than that. Their profitability is 82%, which is phenomenal. Their margins, 67%. Now, in a minute, we'll compare that to JD, Alibaba, and Amazon, perhaps. 67% margins. They are coming down. They were 75, have come down. So they're selling, it looks to me, this is unbranded goods. So they're selling what I call cheap junk. You make a lot of money on cheap junk. That's probably unfair. I don't know. But when I've seen this kind of like Alibaba and stuff like that, you see a lot of cheap junk. But anyway, they've got a lot of profit when you sell unbranded names. I wouldn't buy it. That's not for me anyway. But anyway, good margins, good profitability, obviously making a lot of money. And I would have thought their solvency would have been better than that. That's interesting that it's still very good. It's not a concern at all. They're not going bust. But what is odd is the Wall Street don't give massive amounts of potential. 13% upside, 14% downside, 30. There's nothing there to get excited about. So let's look at Alibaba. Let's just have a look at what the margins are again. 67%. 67%. Let's compare that to Alibaba just for a moment. 67% margins. 38% margins. See? Their margins is really phenomenal. So that's a very, very good sign. Smashes Alibaba. But I wouldn't buy Alibaba anyway. Let's go to JD. JD.com. 14% margins. See, their margins are huge. They're crushing. They said earlier on that, but perhaps, they could be in trouble by JD and Alibaba, but I don't see that at all. Their margins are really, really, really good. We don't see. Do we see Amazon in this? Do they put it as a competition? They don't even mention Amazon as a competition to this kind of stock. It's very different. So no, it's not even regarded as a competition. No, so we shouldn't do it that way either. But anyway, their margins are very good. Their cash balance is good. Their debt position is very good. The value seems a bit off. I don't really know what they do. Short interest is 4%, which is, we've been here before, not excessive. There is some short interest. There would be at this price, and people think it's going to come down, but there's no short squeeze on the cards. Let's have a quick listen. This was just 3 days ago. Let's listen into this review here.
China's most valuable.
I can't have the music, so I've got to just mute that.
Actually owned that title for nearly a decade. That title now goes to Pinduoduo, or PDD. That is a parent company to the shopping app Temu. The company has been around for less than a decade, but is making big waves in the e-commerce space, surpassing not only Alibaba, but its other Chinese counterparts. Just in the past year, U.S. spending on Temu has already surpassed Shein. Shein?
Sorry. I know, it's a woman thing.
I thought it was Shine or Sheen, but hey. I'll go either way. And Temu is attracting more monthly customers as well, increasing its lead over Shein?
Yes.
Shein every month. I'll get it by the end of this segment.
I know.
But can Pinduoduo keep the momentum going? I want to go.
Go ahead.
I want to go to the Wi-Fi Interactive. Yes. I just want to show. This is our Chinese heat map.
Stop messing
around. And this
around.
shows Pinduoduo with a $188 billion. Market capitalization here, trumping Alibaba by about $7 billion, and nothing else is really even close.
Yeah, I mean, Pinduoduo, parent company, or PDD, parent company of Temu, has seen its stock surge this year. I mean, it's come after Shein's market. And just continued to outstrip it month after month after month. I mean, when you look at it, it first beat out Shein back in May. And, it's not just women who shop on the platform. And I actually currently don't.
I'm going to stop that. They don't know what they're talking about. I'm not being funny. They were larking around at the beginning. I guess it's the market cap. I mean, you get these presenters on TV and like what the hell? I'm not even going to continue with that. That was a rubbish presentation. Those two didn't have a clue what they were talking about. They're reading off scripts, teleprompts. So I'm not going to even bother with that. I think that's absolutely rubbish. Let's have a look here at the last 90 days. You get a lot of that on Yahoo Finance. It's like they're just making stuff up. 90 days. We've got 64% positive news. Over the last 30 days, we've moved now into 68% positive news. 7 days, it's gone back to 61, and today it's 50-50, not much. So we have to, obviously, if we're going to invest in a company, we have to look at the comparison to the S&P. We have to do that. For me, this is... I'll give you my final analysis in a moment, but let's go and look at the S&P. We've got to look at that. The S&P, $10,000, you'd be up to 19,000. PDD, 10,000. Since 2019, you've 6x'd. See, now this to me is too strong a growth. It's for gamblers out there and people who just don't care, make money. I'm a value investor looking for companies to buy and own for life, not sell, live on dividends. I'm looking for great value. I'll scalp if necessary, but I'm not playing the gambling game. It looks to me, you can see the volatility up 1 minute, down the next minute, and that was after it seemed to accelerate through COVID, and then fall off and then go up again. To me, that looks like manipulation. To me, that looks like macro conditions have driven the stock. Thereby, you're betting on future macro conditions for it to occur again. So let me give my final thoughts on this, just as we come up to the bell. I don't like Chinese stocks. I think the whole thing is manipulated beyond belief. Every business is. Wall Street is terrible. We all know. However, Chinese go into a whole new level of corruption and nonsense. The way that stock... first of all, the company's very confusing what it is. We've looked at it. We've read the web. The website has been made by a 5-year-old child. It's rubbish. It doesn't really seem to make sense. There's no integration. You know, you look at Apple, you look at Amazon, you understand the business in 10 seconds. As an investor, a consumer, you feel confident it's being, the IT department is doing a good job. The IT department of PDD is doing a rubbish job. It's the worst website I've ever seen in my life. The balance sheet doesn't really make that much sense. They've got some debt, but their profitability doesn't seem... Their solvency seems better than their balance sheet would suggest, or not as good as their balance sheet would suggest. Their profitability seems way too high for what they're doing. In other words, we're selling unbranded goods, really cheap rubbish. I don't know. It seems to me not the sort of quality stock that I want to buy. And on a day like today, when my stocks are up 20, 30%, my portfolio is up. We've had one of the bullish days we've had in 2.5 years. The stock went straight up, straight back down again. Everything about this stock is wrong. The website is awful. The information looks bad. It's not one for me. I have to say, there's my thoughts on it. Something smells wrong here. I don't like it. The profits are way too high. The volatility is back on the back of macro conditions. I don't like it. Click above my head for more information. Click down below in the description. It's not a buy from me. It's a well clear stock from me. Still well clear. Over here, you will see all my reviews now of the Wall Street CEOs. I'm doing this whole series of Meet the CEO, and my reviews will all be up here. And in a couple of days' time, it'll be on the website above Yahoo Finance and CNBC, because that was an awful conversation they were having. They didn't have a clue what they were talking about. Anyway, there's my opinion on PDD, whatever it is. Penduo, Duo, sister ships, motherships, parent companies, profit and loss all over the place. Don't like it. A website made by a 5-year-old, definitely not one for me. There you go. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. All right, we're going to ring the bell. David has just come in. David, are you in the stock? Are you in the stock? What do you think of it? Are you buying it? Do you own it? I'd like to know your thoughts. 20 seconds to go. Anyway, here we go. I'm beating the market. I'm beating Warren Buffett. My balance now is over $70,000. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The bell is gone. You can sponsor the Sensei bell. Let's have a look at my positions. So David, you're very welcome. Thanks for the review. Are you in this one? I'm always mindful of that, even though it wouldn't make any difference how I deliver it. I bought at 75. You bought at 75. Okay, let's have a little look. You bought at 75. 146. You're not tempted to sell it? Are you not happy with that? Or are you holding for more? 72,000 from $5,000 in 2.5 years without any options, without any shorting the stocks, never short stocks. Don't do it. Don't care for it. Don't think it's right. I love when you do it though. It makes me money. I don't do any options. And there you go. 72,000. I am more than happy with that. We're way over target. 100,000 by the end of the year. Looks likely now. But anyway, there you go. My portfolio's going back up again. We've done 11% this week. We've done 28% this month. Pretty good. Pretty good. Well, it's more than pretty good. It's quadruple the market. 1,000 times more than Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. Chinese companies cook their books. There's nothing to regulate them. I've lived there for 10 years and recently left for Europe because I had enough of that place. Martini Racer. Martini Racer is a verified user. It's one of the family. So thank you very much for your thoughts. Perhaps you'd like to call into the show. The phone line is open. Anyone can call in. You can be in this space here. Call into the show. Love your thoughts. Talk about your experiences in China. You are a member. You can call in. I like Chinese. Bill says I like. Whoops. I beg your pardon. Bill says Bill has got a lot of family and friends in China. And Bill has Chinese family. I like Chinese. They only come up to you. Your knees, yet they're always friendly and they're ready to do what? Ready to do what? What's going on, Bill? What are you talking about? Anyway, I bought a 75. Chinese make everything all cartoon and colourful. Caden Youngquist, lovely to have you here. Not like this, they don't. Caden, let me show you something. I just, hang on. PDD Holdings. Caden Youngquist. You ready? You said I like things colourful. Type in pddholdings.com. This is what you get. That is what you get for PDD Holdings. It's built a website built by a 5-year-old. I kid you not. There is what you get for $1 billion company. Anyone who presents themselves, I mean, listen, let me tell you, one of the most important things ever in business, in life, in success, and whatever. Let me tell you something. When I first moved to this area, a guy comes up to me. I'm doing networking, and he went. Actually, I'm gonna really explain this now. I'm gonna have a private conversation with you, right? You're gonna find this funny. I met this guy who's networking. He's on the network circuit in Dallas. He's going around everywhere, and he come up to me. I just moved to the area. And he's a marketer, a promoter, or whatever you want to call him, social influencer, whatever. He said, and I kid you not, his opening line to me was, "Martin, are you ready to get famous?" Oh yeah, that sounds good, mate. Brilliant. He says, "I can market you. I can make you famous." Can you? Yeah, I can make you famous. All right. So he asked me what I'd done, and I said, I've done a bit of this, I've done a bit of that. So have you been around, traveled a bit? He said, I've been all over America. I said, oh, have you? Yeah. He said, I go to Mexico. I go fly out of the country all the time. Go to Mexico. Do you? Yeah. He said, I've got a global audience and I can make you famous. I said, right, okay. So he said, have you traveled much? Have you been to Mexico? I said, you like Mexico, don't you? You keep mentioning Mexico as the world. Yeah, I love it. And I said, yeah, I've traveled. Where you been? Well, where would you like me to talk about? And he said, Cozumel was like one of the islands in Mexico. He said, yeah. I said, yeah, I have been there, yeah. But he said, where else have you been? Well, so I've been to 195 countries. 195? Well, how many countries are there in the world? There's 197 contested at the time when I did it. There's always changing. There's always wars going on. Oh, so you've been around a bit then? Yeah, but I'm old now. I'm 54. I've been touring since I was 16. I've been taught on tour, support Elton John. I've done all sorts. Elton John, yeah. Oh, so you've done a bit. I said, yeah. Anyway, he said, well, welcome to the area. I ready to get famous. I said, yeah, you like that saying, you like that phrase, don't you? He said, yeah. Can I have a meeting with you? I said, yeah, I'm friendly with everybody. He says, I want to raise your profile. I say, great. I said, get you on Facebook, get you on Instagram. I said, okay, brilliant. So he comes round my house and he has done a plan. How to make me famous, right? And he's got all this information about if I pay him like $3,000 a month or something like that, it's going to get me 10 posts on Instagram, 10 posts on Facebook, and I'll do some social media, some comments. Anyway, he had it all planned out what he was going to do. And I said, all right, wow, that's great. I said, I do Facebook myself. He said, yeah, but I'm going to do it professional. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I wanted to give this guy some business. I really did. And I said, mate, I can't go into business with you. He said, why not? He said, I'm going to make you famous. I said, mate, you've turned up to my house. You've just told me that you're going to make me famous. You've not spent 1 second Googling me to know I've performed for royalty. I've performed in all over the world, entertained millions of people over my life, right? You've not even bothered to research me. You've turned up with a pair of shoes that you polished 5 years ago. There's even a hole in the front of your shoe. You clearly aren't getting anyone to sign up, because the first thing you should, then I got a bit more angry because he took my time. First thing you need to do, mate, is get a new pair of shoes and come across that you actually are successful. Because the first thing I noticed when you walk through the door is you've got a hole in your shoes and you've never polished them. Not once. Your iPad that you're presenting this to me has a cracked screen. When did you break this? If you're making $3,000 a customer, get your iPad fixed. This looks ridiculous. Even though I knew in 3 seconds you were talking rubbish, because you've not even Googled your potential customer, so you haven't even bothered. You've turned up with a broken iPad and a pair of busted shoes that you've never even bloody polished. You're not getting $3,000 out of me. You're not going to get 3,000 pence out of me. So I don't wish you any ill harm. I've given you my time, but you're giving me advice. Let me give you some advice. If you're going to go around selling people this rah-rah rubbish, get yourself a new pair of shoes, get yourself an iPad, and actually do some bloody research. So, and the reason why I mention that is exactly what I just said. Refer back to when I showed you Where has it gone? This bloody, where is it? Yeah, this website. I don't care whether you are a $1 startup business or a $1 billion Chinese giant conglomerate. If you present your homepage like that, pddholdings.com, it tells me you don't give a shit. You don't give a shit. So I am not investing in you, no matter how good you tell me you are, because Amazon know how to sell stuff. They sell branded names, not knockoff stuff. Their website looks professional, and you know exactly in 3 seconds what they are. And when they turn up, their delivery people are in uniform. Their vans are all branded. Your website is like the bloke who came round my house who said he was going to make me famous. So anyway, the point I'm making is, guys, if you're in business, you represent yourself. If you can't make yourself look successful to a customer, you're never going to be successful. On day one, act like you know what you're talking about. I got so annoyed with that guy. So annoyed. You've wasted my time. You're a bloody idiot. Get out of my house. Anyway, I'm going to make you famous. Get yourself some bloody shoes. I've seen tramps in better shoes than that. Anyway, let's have a look. Martini Racers, Chinese companies cook the books. I believe that to be the case. I bought 75 shares. Chinese make everything all cartoon and colourful. Not on this website, they don't. Only you can say that, fella. Yeah. 1 million shares traded on the close just after the Super Bowl ad last year. And they are doing another ad this February. Well, anyone can do an ad on the Super Bowl if you've got money. And there's a lot of money flying around in China. That doesn't mean to say you're a good company or you know what you're doing. I don't care if someone's doing an ad on the Super Bowl. That's not a reason for me to buy the business. I think Martyn spent more time on PDD review than he spent building the website. Yeah, probably. I'm talking about Temu. Okay. It's just an unpleasant to shop. It's just unpleasant to shop on. See, that's not good, is it? Are you talking to your customers? They're saying it's unpleasant. Here we go, says Mike. I know of a lot of college students who use Temu exclusively. Good for them. Good for them. David, what do you think of it? Are you going to sell it? Are you going to hold it? Man, my website is way better than that, and I only have 200 customers for my business. Exactly, Seth. Martyn, you need to look at the comments while you're doing Poo Dung Dung Holdings review. I'm doing it now. My wife is also Chinese, been together for 20 years. When Temu was trending here in the USA, Antonia Cruz, whoops. Let's have a look. When Temu was trending here in the USA, I made a quick money with options call, but PDD is very risky, not a long-term investment. It's not a long-term investment. It's not a 5-minute investment. If you're prepared to put your hard-earned money into a company where their homepage is like that, I don't know what to say. We got one of our members here, David. He bought it at 75. He's doubled his money. I would like to hear from David. David, you can call into the show. You can be live on my show. Are you selling the stock? Are you keeping it? Are you holding it? What's your thoughts? You know, maybe you like a gamble. I would say it was a gamble at this stage, but maybe. You tell me. Not a financial advisor, but I bet making investment decisions on the look of a website isn't it. Not a financial advisor, but I bet making investments based upon the look of the website isn't it. Niels, let's get one thing absolutely straight. The front page of your website isn't the only metric I have used to decide whether I'm buying this stock or not. It was based upon the balance sheet. This is where I looked at the business. However, experience tells me, and life experience tells me, that a company who doesn't give a damn about its homepage, doesn't care about the customer, doesn't care about the investor, doesn't care about the business. They're just in it to rake it for whatever they can. So I'm sorry, I disagree. A multi-billion-dollar business with a website that looks like that doesn't even deserve to be called a business. I'm sorry, I have a much higher standard. So there it is. Good volume on space today. Virgin Galactic needs a Super Bowl ad. Our greatest glory is not our investments never falling, but in them rising every time they fall. Baby Yoda. Hello, Martin. All right. So, David, what are you doing? I'd like to know what David's doing with that. What he thinks about it. David Burrows. What's your... I'd like to know what his thoughts are. What's your thoughts? Holding, or selling? I'd like to know. There we go. We talked 40 minutes about the website and 4 minutes about the numbers, just saying. Niels, with the greatest respect, mate, I have been on air this morning. I've been on air today for over 10 hours. This is my third review. Been discussing numbers. Numbers are coming out of my ears. No one talks more about numbers than me. But all Chinese websites are rubbish. All Chinese websites are rubbish. I love it. Fair enough then. Anyway, enough of that rubbish. So are we up today? Are we beating the market? Have we got value? Right. Okay. Today we're up 6%. Let's have a look at today's performance. Are we doing the right thing? The S&P today is up 0.3. The S&P is up 0.3. I am up today 7%. Okay. What about Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett? Well, he's down today. He's down again today, down 1.14. This is terrible how people dropped the stock when Charlie Munger died. It just shows you that there's no faith in business. Charlie Munger has had nothing to do with Berkshire Hathaway, but yet when he died, the stock just tanks. I think that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Makes no sense whatsoever. I don't feel sorry for people at Berkshire Hathaway, but you know what I mean. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I don't understand it. But there you go. I do understand it, but I don't, because it doesn't make sense to me why people behave this way. Anyway, but I know Martin, great review anyway. Me and Niels, we go backwards and forwards like a family. We are a family. We disagree, we agree, but we all end up buddies at the end of it. Niels, I love the banter. Don't you worry about it. Martyn Lucas Investor. Martini is your biggest investor following you. Yes, he is. Right, now then, we've got to end the show. Disagreeing with me cost you a $500 super chat. Damn it! That's what Mohammed Kahin said. Mohammed Kahin, who pretends he's the Sheikh of Abu Dhabi or something. He owns 1 million. It's always 100,000 shares. He always has 100,000. And he said to me, "I'm going to pay you 500. I'm going to pay you 10 $500 super chats, which is $5,000, if I would talk good about Tilray." And I think he had a bit of money. I don't think he was as rich as he thought he was, but he had a bit of money. And I said, "No, I can't talk right about it just so you'll give me $5,000. Well, if you don't remove that if you don't remove that video, I'm not going to pay you." I said, "Well, don't pay me then." "Yeah, but $5,000, mate, you can't buy me." Remember Elon Musk? If you're going to try and blackmail me with money, I've got to be honest, different story. Elon Musk, richest man in the world. That makes sense. Me, not richest man in the world. I have 72,000, which I must admit is quite good. For me, I feel a millionaire. But compared to compared to Elon Musk, it's probably not very much, is it? But I said, I'm not taking it. I'm not taking your $5,000 to say Tilray's great, because it's rubbish. Anyway, Anyway, yes, indeed, Martini is a big investor. Who's Martini? Have I missed something? Martini. Martini is a big investor. Martini Racer. How do we know this? Martini Racer. You're a member of my channel. Are you a member? Are you a member? Let's have a look. Yes, you are. Why don't you call into the show? Apparently, according to our oil baron, please engage with Martini for a second. Okay, I'm engaging. What am I supposed to do? I'm engaging. Martini, Martini, Martini. What do I do? Yes, what do I do? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? He's on the screen. Good volume of space today, though. 22,000. What? Bloody hell. Jojo S. Bloody hell's right. I'm reading all the comments. What have I missed? Tell me what I've missed. Bloody hell's right. What have I missed? Tell me what I missed. Look how many shares he has. I can't see it. How do I call in? Okay. Martini Racer. You want to call in? Here you go. This is what you do. Martini Racer. This is what you do. You go to my website. Right? MartynLucas.com. I have the biggest retail investors in the world. I know who's here. I just don't know who Martini Racer is. All right. I don't know. I'm sorry. There's my website. All right. I've got people who own gold mines. I've got billionaires. Right. There you go. MartynLucas.com/live. Click on that link. Click on that link. And you will come to this page here. You do it on your phone. You do it on your computer. Any device whatsoever. And then you put in the password. I'm going to have to change this password now. I've been giving it out too much. It's case sensitive. And there is the password. I'm not going to read it out because non-members can't see it. There it is. There's the password for Martini Racer. You put it in there. I'll do it. I'll type it in. And this is what happens. It's like magic, right? Way, it goes phone in to the live show. Oh, you put your name in, turns your camera on, mobile, iPad, computer. You don't need any software at all. I take care of all that. I take care of it. And then you join, and then you can ring, and then you'll be on the show, and you will be in here. You will be in this position here. I would love to have you on the show. Mount UK, one of our long-standing members, who's got a gold badge. He's back. He lost it. He let his membership die or something, but he's back now. Anyway, it's great to have him here. So there you go. Are you going to call in? Now, remember Dawn? She had to go and do her hair. She had to go and put her makeup on. She had to go and make herself look nice. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to do any of that. You just got to call in. All right? No doing your makeup. I don't know who Martini Racer is. Could be male or female. I have no idea. Anyway. Jojo S is going, you need to speak to this guy. Martini Racer is on the phone. Martini Racer. Martini, oh, there he is. Right, Martini Racer. So I'm going to add myself to the right. I'm going to assign Martini Racer to the left. I'm going to turn on his microphone. I'm going to put him into the left position. I'm going to turn his name on. There you go. Martini Racer, you are ready to come onto the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we can have a nice big warm welcome, please, for a guest. I've no idea who he is, but hey, he's one of the family, so he's part of the team. Let's bring him in. Martini Racer, you're live on the show. How are you, mate? You're live.
Good. How are you? How are you?
I'm very well indeed. If you turn, just mute YouTube and just do it through this for a moment. If
I already did that.
Brilliant. If you can turn your camera around, just so you fill the screen, it'll look better. Can you do that? There you go. Look at that. Now that's good.
Okay.
Martini Racer. Let me put your name on the screen so we all know who you are. Martini, where are you calling in from?
I'm in Bodrum, Turkey.
Turkey? I've been to Turkey. I did a cruise, the Mediterranean cruise, and I went all down the coastline there. Very nice country, by the way. Nice people.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is. It is. You know, when the earthquakes came and it was terrible in Turkey, we did a fundraiser and we helped a lot of people in Turkey, and we heard from a lot of people. Anyway, Martini, you're from Turkey. All some of my loyal members have been around for ages going, you should pay attention to this guy. Why, what's going on? What have I missed, Martini?
I'm actually American, but I'm just here for I've got a boat in a boatyard here right now getting worked on.
Nice.
So
sounds good. So what have I missed? Why everyone's going, how many shares are you in Virgin Galactic, are you?
Yeah. I've got at the moment I have 465,000 shares.
That's why they wanted you on the show. I love it. There you go. Well, I don't know how long you've been following the show, but we represent we did a calculation, 95% of the world's retail investors. Do you know how we got to that number? Did you watch the show?
Yeah, I watch from time to time. I'm not like the biggest follower. I've been watching your show probably for about almost a year now.
Oh, have you? Yeah.
And I've made a couple trades with Virgin Galactic back during the summer. Made a couple option plays, made some money, lost some money, and I just kind of keep looking at it. And I'm like, well, this thing's going to hit a bottom at some point, and then just start buying. That's
right. Well, that's I've been talking to Virgin Galactic, the people that work there. I've worked for Richard Branson. I've got a good idea of what's going on, and I knew 150 was the bottom. And we put a petition out, which everybody signed. And you remember we changed policy. We got them to change policy. You remember all of that? And I'm on the phone daily. I've not spoken to you before, so this is nice because you're one of the big retail investors, no question about it. But I've spoken to a lot, and I know that they're holding. Andy Shovel, who has a few 100,000 shares, not as many as you, I don't believe, and he's in much higher, like $4 or $5, I think he's in at. But yeah, no one's selling. People are holding. So what?
Yeah, I'm holding mine. I'm waiting to get up. Once I'm up 100%, I plan to at least probably sell half and just ride the free shares. Yeah, that was my game plan in this. If we can get it to, I think it's like the 375 is where I'd start selling.
You would?
But I'm going to keep. Yeah, I would sell half just to get the seed money back out, and then just ride the free shares wherever they go.
It's never wrong to sell. Of course it isn't. If you've got, I mean, even today,
I was tempted. I was sitting there tempted. I'm like, wow, I'm up a lot already. I should sell some of this. And I didn't. I sold, I had 470,000 shares to start with. I've gotten rid of 5,000 shares. I've made a couple day trades here and there just to lock in some profits so that my tax bill won't be so big in 2024.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, don't you have the ability to buy on a for me, I've got a Roth. If I buy Virgin Galactic on a Roth and I sell on a Roth, I pay no tax. There's no capital gains. Can't you do that? And whatever you're using?
I have the shares that I bought at the lowest price I bought in a trust account. The other shares I bought is my just personal account.
Right.
And the ones in the trust account, those are the ones that I plan to keep for good. I'm just trying to make enough that those there I basically earn for free, and I'm getting close.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, because if then you don't care what happens, right? You've got free shares and then it rides up, and 10 years from now, $100 a share, I mean, whatever number it is, no one knows. You go, well, I own the company for free. It's a great. Are you ever thinking about flying? Would that suit you or not for you?
I hate flying.
So why are you buying a rocket company then? What's up with you?
Because I like it. I just like it. I think they're a great company. I've been following the whole story of Spaceship One and the X Prize since the beginning. I've been waiting for this company to get off the ground and go somewhere with it for years. It's just something I've always, I do have a fascination for space, and it seems like everything does take longer than it should, but things seem to be going the right direction for them now. That's why I just see the stock price just getting kicked so low. And I was like, once it went under $2, I'm like, wow, this is going to be the cheapest this company's ever going to be.
Yeah, because basically we paid for the cash on the books, didn't we? We paid for the cash
Yeah.
on the books. We didn't buy the business. We didn't buy the rockets. We didn't buy the future business or anything. So, but it's one of those stocks that was just heavily, a lot of negative, a lot of FUD around. And we're now on a mission now because we're doing Meet the CEO. We've done our first one. We've got a few.
I believe the technology they have, somebody out there is going to want that glide back technology. You don't need heat shields. That's a lot less weight being carried. The first thing I'd really like to see them do is actually put one into orbit and then be able to deorbit doing that. And I don't know if they're able to do that or not. Not yet, at least.
So you see potentially other revenue streams, benefits for the technology, not just going up and down like it is now.
Yeah.
You see more. Yeah, so do I.
And then, everybody, they talk about wanting to go to Mars. You're going to have a space station in Mars. You're going to need some sort of little craft that's going to go back and forth between the ground and space. And what would be better than this?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I said, I'm not, I like the company. I like where it's going. I bought this because of the technology.
Yeah, that's right. No, I agree. And they're going to be all over the world as well. It's not just going to be where it is now, New Mexico. Yeah. They're going to be all over the place.
There's plans for spaceports. And then I like the whole point-to-point suborbital flights they're talking about, where you can get on a flight in New Mexico and 2 hours later, not even 2 hours, probably an hour later, you're landing in Italy.
We have to be careful with that sort of dream, though, because we had that idea with Concorde, remember? What happened to Concorde? It was too expensive and it fizzled out, But for me, I think it's because people can go into space, not they can get from A to B quicker and more efficient. For me, it's the fact we all want to go. Well, not everybody, but I want to go to space. I'm going to go on it. Everybody, if my wife will let me, but everybody wants to go to space, and I think. Blue Origin and Elon Musk, they're not looking to do that. Elon Musk wants to put people on Mars and multi-planetary species. It's far too expensive the way, even though they have like reusable rockets and all the rest of it. It's not a day trip. It's not up and down the way Virgin Galactic is. It's not designed for that. It's going to be too expensive. I remember when Jeff Bezos went to Tom Hanks and said, do you want to pay 20 million to go on Blue Origin? And he went, I'm not paying 20 million to go on it. Well, whereas $500,000, people will pay that. You'll pay that.
I think there's enough people in the world that'll pay. I've been to space.
Yeah,
there's people that want that. They want that dream. So
yeah,
and there are people that do have the money to do it. I'm not for one. I guess maybe if I had enough money one day, I might go for a flight. I don't have that much yet. I mean, I'm playing with a lot of what I've got, but I don't have that to just go throw away on, one flight, one dream. So
no, could you do me a favor? Because obviously you are one of the biggest. In fact, you probably are the biggest I've spoke to live on the show. Off air, there's some very big investors, but on air, you are the biggest investor in Virgin Galactic. Now, because I aim to be my most important aim is to be the most honest, real channel, no manipulation, not trying to sell videos and we've got this guy with a million shares, and then people go, oh yeah, he's making it all up. I'm not that guy. Would you do me the favor of taking a screenshot of your share allocation? Send Discord, or you don't have to do it now, but that I can edit to the video and I can add it and I can show your. Would that be okay?
It's in two different accounts. So one account's with Fidelity, one's with E-Trade, and I'm actually in the moment trying to get everything moved over to E-Trade. I'm kind of done with Fidelity, so
you don't like it.
They have their trading platform is really nice, but they're just kind of a pain to deal with.
Yeah. For me, I'm all Robinhood. I see the technology and the advantage of Robinhood, and I'm excited. So if you could email it, martyn@martynlucas.com would be great. Just so I can add it to. I'll edit this video and add that little bit in, and it'll be just show that you're not making this stuff. I know you're not, but my viewers might think you are. But so you've been watching for a year now. I didn't even realize. How long have you been a member? Are you a bronze member now?
Just this last week. I just decided, why not get engaged a little bit? So, like I said, I've been watching this company since the beginning. I was actually in it during the IPO. I think it IPO'd at $20. Then it went up a little bit to like 25, 30. I ended up selling it like 23 or something. Then I watched it fall back down to 15. I didn't buy in when they had the big climb up to 65. I had a friend that did. He said,
I bought it then.
Yeah. I just didn't feel. I just thought the prices, too much was going on with the markets at the time, and during that time, I was actually making a lot of my money in oil stocks. So, back in 2020 when oil prices hit negative, I basically put everything I had in 2 or 3 oil companies that just got beat down into the teens. Like literally, these were $20 companies, and they were trading at like a quarter.
Yeah. So what takes you to Turkey then? You said you're doing up a boat.
I've got a yacht in a boat yard here.
Nice.
It's just getting some repairs. So
I'm from Cornwall in England, and I live by the sea. I've got a little river, and I nearly bought a boat once upon a time, and I went along to the boat yard, and one of my friends who's got a big yacht, probably like you, and he took me down there. He said, this is where they sell the boats. I went up to the bloke, and I said, I'm interested in buying a boat. And he said, how often are you going to go out on the boat? Because you're busy. I was touring at the time all around the world. I said, well, I don't know, a few times a year.
I plan to live on mine. And now that you've got Starlink now, so you can get internet. You can get internet anywhere you go. Yeah, but that's one thing that I'm having installed right now on the yacht is I've actually got the legit Starlink Maritime. There's different versions of it, and I'm going to have that.
You obviously love it because the guy told me the best day to buy it, the best day to own a boat is the day you buy it and the day you sell it.
Buy it and the day you sell it. Yeah.
He said, just come to me, give me 50 quid, and you can, because he's a mate of mine, you can take my boat out for a couple of hours, go up the river, go to the pub, have a pint, come back. He said, that's what I've been doing ever since.
Yeah, I just want to live on it, and then I can travel anywhere I want. And then I'll have the internet.
Will you do that?
You got the technology now that I'll have the internet everywhere I go, and I can trade stocks and watch the market.
But are you a proper yachtsman? Can you go across the sea in a boat by yourself?
Yes. I've done some single-handed sailing in the Pacific already.
Bloody hell, mate! So you're the real deal, then. You're not just a guy with some money who buys a boat and then ends up getting the Coast Guard called out. You can actually do it yourself.
I spent a month in Göcek, Turkey, going to the super yacht school, just to get all these proper qualifications for sailing in the Mediterranean. Yeah.
Hey, mate, have you got a family or do you go by yourself?
I got a wife and 2 kids, but they're going to do some stuff with me. A lot of times I'm actually planning to just do mostly charters, like out of Portugal and Spain. And then at least once a year, I'd like to make at least every year or every other year across the Atlantic to the Caribbean.
Nice. Wow, all the way across the Caribbean. So you're going to cross the Atlantic Ocean then?
Yeah.
Bloody hell,
mate.
This
boat can easily do it, yeah.
I'm impressed. I've crossed it myself, but not on a yacht. Well, not on a yacht, just for a couple of people anyway. I have been on some private yachts like Windstar and Crystal Cruises where I've been singing and playing the piano, but not. What size is it? How long is it?
It's 87 foot aluminum sailing yacht.
It's quite a decent little boat.
It's size. It's just barely over the threshold to be considered a super yacht, and I got a really good deal on it. So
I love it.
Yeah.
So did you hear about my my gold thing going on last couple of days?
Yeah, I've been watching it. What
do you think of that?
I like gold. I do like gold. I've actually even thought about getting in. I grew up in oil and gas, so I know all about resources. And my background, my family we have our small little outfit that we have in North Dakota. Yeah. Nothing big. We're not even making much money with that anymore right now. So my dad's like, keep doing what you're doing with the market because that's starting to dry up. So
yeah. Well, I just put my order in to buy because Jeff came on my show. He's down the road from me. I played in his house, in his mate's house, and we did a party the other night. And I met the royalty of Texas, and he said, Martyn, I'm going to the stock exchange on Monday. Let's have a chat and we'll do a live link. We did all that. And then he said, for your members, if they want to buy it before it pre-IPOs, they can do it. They get a 10% in interest, and then you get 25% off the stock when you convert the note into stock, and so on and so forth. And I went, I'm in. They've got this patented, innovative software which they can then detect using AI. Because if you know about mining, I'm sure you do, that it's about how you detect it and the cost it is to detect it.
Yeah.
And they can do that. So they're going to IPO in a few months, and we've got until Friday or Saturday before it gets cleared by the SEC as now registered to pre-IPO. Yeah, it's imminent. So my members that are interested, I then give you his personal email, and he's now registered with the SEC. It's like days away before it gets signed off, and then that's it. Then now it's locked into the IPO and everything else.
Yeah.
But so I said to him, I said, yeah, I'll do it. So I bought $1,000 of it, and I've now got 1,100 because I get 10%, and then I get 25% off the price of the stock when it converts the note. So I'm excited to buy it. I think it's going to be really great. But yeah.
Yeah, I actually have about 50 other stocks in my portfolio. So, but it's all pretty small. I've sold a lot of stuff. One company, Tesla, is one that I just can't do that anymore. I think it's had its ride.
Why? What don't you like?
I think it's had its good ride up. But I lived in China for 10 years, and there are just so many different electric cars being made, and they're starting to get sold. I think Tesla is just they're gonna survive, but they're not gonna thrive like they used to.
Yeah, but
they had a monopoly. They had a bit of a monopoly on electric cars there for a while, and that's starting to come to an end. So yeah, I think the stock has value, but I'm just a hater of electric cars. So
but are you looking at Tesla? Are you looking at Tesla though as a car manufacturer, or are you looking at it as the solar, the battery, Dojo, Optimus? All of that stuff, that's not even valued yet by Wall Street. So that's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
Do you not see value in that? Self-drive? Imagine you order the car and it drives to your house.
I'm on the sidelines with them. I've made some money with them, and I'm just kind of waiting. It's a wait and see thing right now.
Oh, brilliant. Well, Martini, thank you for calling in. You've been a great guest on my show. Complete surprise. Wasn't expecting that. I was just about to end the show and start editing my content for today's review. So thanks for calling in. Thanks for being a member of the channel.
No problem. No problem.
We'll
have to talk again sometime.
Yeah. Feel free to call in and be part of the family. And thanks for your support. It's a real pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks for calling in.
Nice meeting you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. There we go. Martini Racer. Someone just said to me, is he related to Steve Carell? So should I bring him back? Are you related to Steve Carell?
No.
Someone said, is he related? There was something else as well. What was it? Oh yeah, his yacht is bigger than David Beckham's. You apparently got a boat bigger than my mate David Beckham. Is that right?
It's an older boat. It's okay. Maybe I do. I don't know.
Hey, nothing wrong with
most
old,
of the
mate.
celebrities, they've got some big yachts. They're 30 meters or bigger. Mine's 26 and a half. So
yeah,
26 and a half meters it's getting there.
Yeah. Well, you got the boat. I got the studio. All right. That's my passion. That's doing this. Anyway, Martin, I'll let you go. Cheers, mate. Thank you ever so much.
All right. Thank you.
On the screen. Show us the screen. Behind us. Look. We're on the telly, folks. This is how he's watching it. Look, this is how you need to watch it. This is how you need to watch our show. I tell you, there you go. Look, he's got, oh my God, he's got his stocks down there, making sure I'm not talking nonsense. And then he's got me on the telly, flipping. I'm under pressure now. This is how people watch me. Brilliant. Cheers, mate. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate it.
No problem. Good talking.
Yeah, nice talking to you. That was fun, wasn't it? Martini Racer live on the show. So we just had a guest there call in. In fact, what I'm going to do is make an intro and an outro. I think he said 400,000 shares, something like that. So let's have a look. SPCE. I think he said 400,000. You're still watching me, mate. If you send me that email in, martin@martynlucas.com, some images I can add to the video, then I'll edit all this together. So let me put this down. SPCE Martini Racer. I like the name, by the way, Martyn 1, of course. Martini Racer at end. Let me go into here. And bit of a surprise now for Virgin Galactic investors. I've got someone on the phone calling in from Turkey who holds 400,000 shares or thereabouts of Virgin Galactic. Should we have a little listen and see what he thinks about Virgin Galactic and anything else that happens to come up in our conversation? Maybe we'll talk about Tesla or a boat or whatever. I do know because I'm adding this bit before. Did the interview a minute ago. Anyway, on with the video. Then the video. So there you go. There's our guest. We wasn't expecting that. We were just coming to the end of the show. And one of my members said, "Oi, Martyn, you're missing it. There's a guy in here with loads of shares of Virgin Galactic." I mean, is there? Yeah, apparently he's got quite a few. So we got him on the phone. That was the interview. And there it is. That was fun. If you want to call in, remember you have to be a member of the family and I have to be able to verify your claims. If you say you've got 1 million shares of Virgin Galactic, you've got to send me in the information that I can verify and make sure is correct. Martini Racer, as always, thanks for calling in. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. All right, I'll put that in together later on. I think Martini has a Ferrari. Maybe he does. I had a Ferrari once outside my house. In fact, I can't show you a picture of that because I'll show you my house. But yeah, I had a Ferrari outside my house once. Anyway, that's a whole different story. Maybe I'll get into it one day. Let me have a look. Right. Thanks, Martini. Everyone loved it. All the best to you, Martini. Thanks for calling in. Anytime, any place, anywhere. There you go. I've got a boat worth a few grand as well. Excellent stuff. I haven't got a boat. You've got a 50-meter supercharged carpet. Yeah, I ain't even got that. I ain't even got a carpet, let alone a bloody boat. Yes, and it runs on green energy. Yes. Well, it does if it's a yacht, doesn't it? If it's got a sail on it, I guess it's green, isn't it? If it's got a sail, it's probably green. Anyway, let me see if he's. Let me see if you've sent that email in. I don't know if he's done it yet. It might take a little while. I might have to edit it down. Let me see if I've got an email, because if I have, I can bring it straight in. I don't think he'd have done it yet. Hood. Allowed one account, and it would need to be either a US or okay. Okay, I've just heard back from Robinhood. I'll have to make a video on that. Okay. Just got some information back from Robinhood, which I will go through and share tomorrow once I've read it. Okay. I'm actually trying to sell it at the moment. What? Your car, your Ferrari, your boat? What is it? What's the email? The email. Here it is. Flipping heck, mate. Martyn at martynlucas.com. It's what you'd guess it would be. There you go. Martyn at martynlucas.com. Yes, I have an F430. It gets me in trouble. Is that it there? Is that it down in the picture? No, that looks like a Porsche. F430. What's the email? You've got, I wish I had a yacht. I can't even spell it. If you could do it now, I could do it now and then edit it after the show. And I need to finish the show. So that'd be really helpful. If you could do it now, a quick screen grab, take a picture, email it to me. I can just build it in. I'll do all the work. I'm actually trying to sell it at the moment. Stop talking to Martini Racer. I'm trying to get him to send an email in. He hasn't got a car as cool as me, though. I had a much cooler car. I had the BMW James Bond car. Oh, yeah. I give you a few pills. Holding my 1,200 shares, made $1,000 since my first, the Ferrari. Will you stop talking to the audience and send me that flipping email in? Don't talk to the audience. I talk to the audience. Your job is to send in emails. Stop talking to my audience. My audience, my show. I say what goes on here. Right. Okay. We're going to end the show. I do want to, if I can, just get this email, though. How do I highlight your name? How do I highlight your name? Lost but found. You do the @ sign. He's working on it. I'm going to wait for you. You do the @ sign. Martyn Lucas Investor, like this. Like that. You do the @ sign and then type it in. All right. That's what you do. He's working on it. Flipping, how long does it take? Hope his Ferrari goes faster than he does his emails. But anyway, Virgin Galactic's going back. I'm tired now. I've been going like 12 bloody hours today. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I've had enough of this now. I'm bored with you now. I'm fed up with talking about Virgin Galactic. Yeah, I'm fed up with it. I got better things to do in my life. I don't know what they are yet. I haven't worked out what they are yet, but I'll get back to you on it. Good God, how long does it take? I know, Mike, I'm with you. See? I'm with you, Mike. You know, he's got 4 million gazillion shares of Virgin Galactic. He's got a Ferrari, he's got a boat, but he's rubbish at emails. I tell you that. Oh, man. I ain't got time for this. I got a life to lead. I've got so many flipping emails to get out tonight. Not emails. I got too much to do. I'm not even going to do everything. It's impossible. You can't do everything in life. Let it go. Move on. Move on. Let's see how many viewers. 9,500. 12,869. 12,000. There you go. I can send you a screenshot of my Enphase shares. I won't let you down, Niels. Niels, I know you won't let me down, mate, but I need Virgin Galactic shares from Martini Racer, because the point is it has to be email sent, right? It has to be relative to the video. See, in a minute, Mike's going to go, well, I can send you a picture of my my cookies and my pizzas that I make. It's not going to help. It's specific information that I need, right? Specific. Here we go. Oh, there we go. I can see now why he's called Martini Racer. I'm not going to give out his name, obviously. Okay. Bear with me. Right. Hang on a sec. Let me end. No, hang on a minute. I need to get to my phone. Right. Save image. See, I've got to do this respectfully, right? It's someone's private email. There's rules that I set myself. Save image. Right. I set myself rules. And basically, I can break the rules whenever I want. You know, I can break the rules. If I want to break the rules, I break the rules. But, you know, it's up to me. You know, but I choose not to until I don't. There we go. There you go. I tell you what, he should be a sponsor member at least a sponsor member. To be honest with you, he should be a gold member at the very outset. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I can't have someone like this with 1 million shares, only a bronze member. That don't seem right. That don't seem right. Does it, boys and girls? All right, and here we go. So, right, here we go. Okay. Now then. We don't want that one. We'll do it through. Do it this way. Okay. Okay, that'll do. That'll work for me. So, of course, we have to, as always, verify our guests when they call in. You may be going, how do we know he has that many shares? Well, I've just got Martini Racer to take a couple of screenshots, send them through. So let me go into my photos. He just sent this through to me. So this is his actual portfolio. And we can see here 315,000 shares there. So there you go. There are the shares. Market value of $800,000. So pretty good, right? And there's some more over here. 384,000. So there you go. So basically, we just wanted to verify that our guest who just phoned in does actually own the shares. Again, many of you do ask, when I make the claims that we represent 95% of the world retail investors. This is the first time I've spoken to this person. So this is an addition to what I've already had sent to me over the period of time. But I just wanted to share that with you just to give validity and so you can see full transparency to our guests. Anyway, back on with the video. All right. Okay. There you go. That'll do. That'll do, Donkey. That'll do. Thank you ever so much, Martini Racer. I appreciate that very much indeed. We're done. I've got to get out of here. I will add that. The Church of Logic. La, 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 la. The Church of Logic. Church of Logic. I have just done a review on Ford. Oh, my God. Don't tell Churchy. Don't tell Churchy. He's going to be livid. He's one of our gold members. Churchy. He's been here. He's a bronze or silver member now. I'm not sure. I need to go and check. But he's been a member since the very beginning. We still hold open on space. Churchy, do you want to call in? I want to hear from Churchy. There's a special way to call in. It's easier than ever. Let me give you the link. Churchy. Hang on. Look how much I got now. Look. My portfolio is 72,302. When you were here, I was around about 38,000. There we go. We still hoping on space. 72,302. Yes. Dude owns like 60% of the company. Damn it. Church of Logic. 384,000. I'm starting a business. But congratulations, mate. Do you want to call in? 4 is not a race. It's a marathon. I'm a little bit of steroids to keep you up at night. With a little bit of steroids to keep you up at night. Hey, Churchy, stop messing around. This is how you call in. I'm going to do this and I'm going to end the show because I'm bored now. I've been going too long. I'm bored with all of you. Here is the live phone in. You're going to like this, Churchy. Much easier way of calling in. And don't say no because you've been on before. Click on that. martynlucas.com/live. When you do, you'll get a password. You need to put in this password. Copy and paste it as it is. It's case sensitive. Lucas age 100. There is the password. You will come to this page here. It says phone into the live show. You click on that and it will work straight away. You don't need any software. You haven't got to download anything. Put your name in there. Churchius Logicus in there and join the show. I'm waiting for you right now. I'm waiting for you, Churchy. So call in. I want Churchy to call in hours before I put the review out for Virgin Galactic. And I want to talk to him anyway. It's one of my mates. He was here at the very beginning. So Churchy, are you sorting it out? Don't mess me around. Don't have me hanging. Can't be doing that. I had that with Martini Racer, and he's got a boat and a Ferrari and half of Virgin Galactic shares, and he had me hanging around. So don't you do it. All right, I've had enough of it. We've got somebody on Discord called Rob. I want to upgrade you. Rob, are you in YouTube? Are you in the... Why isn't that going up and down? There we go. Rob, are you in YouTube chat? Here we go. Churchy's calling in. Told you he'd call in. Here we go. Churchy. Add to the right. Turn your camera on its side, Churchy. Look how it looks. Fill the camera. Turn your camera around, Churchy. Come on. Pay attention. If you can't do it, you can't do it. You can't do it. Don't worry about it. Right. Assign to guest one. Guest one. Stick him in the left. Stick me in the right. Turn on his name. Bring him on in the show. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome back after 10 years. Don't know where he's been. Oh, he's gone. He was there. He was just about to come on in. Call back, Churchy. What happened? Sensei can't wait. Sensei's waiting. I want to see Churchy. It's been ages. He was on and he hung up. It's probably battery gone flat. Here he's back. He's back. Let's see if he's turned his camera around. No, he hasn't. Oh, well, don't matter. Let me add him to the left. Add myself to the right. Bring up his name. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. You can already hear him. He's on his mic's working. Here he is. He's back. One of the founder members, one of the original people that joined on day one when the only people who was watching me was Churchy, Leah, because she was putting some views on it, and Bill. That was all we had. Here he is. Church of Logic, how are you, mate?
How's it going, Martin? How's everyone doing?
Hey, it's brilliant to see you, mate. Brilliant to see you. Been ages. What you been up to and why are you in the blue? Are you in some sort of blue room? What's going on with the blueness?
Oh, yeah, it's just like, it's getting dark early here, but, I just got like my little fancy LED lights on.
I like it, mate. Looking very cool. What's been going on with you? How are you? What's been up? What's been going on?
I'm doing great. Life is getting a lot better. I'm now working for the federal government now here in the United States. So,
you're happy now?
I've just been very, very busy. I tune in. I tune out. I jump back and forth in, and I still know what's going on, but I'm a little out of the loop a little bit. But I've been following the stocks, and I just got back into trading, so you'll be seeing me around again.
Oh, it's brilliant to see. I thought I'd go blue. We're obviously doing a blue night tonight. We're all going blue, so it's lovely. It's lovely to have you here. I know when we last spoke to you, we were going through some financial difficulties, and it was a lot of stress. But you seem much happier and well today. You've come through all of that, yeah.
Yeah. Again, debts will pay itself off within time. I make good decisions in the market. Not focus on meme coin gambling and things like that. And, Ford will come through for me in 20 years, so I'm not worried about that. I mean, we're going to have ups and downs, and
Churchy.
I know we're doing horrible right now, but,
oh, man.
Anything that's worth it. I was always told anything that's worth it doesn't come easy.
No, that's very true. But you're not gonna be happy with me tonight because I now do reviews for all the stock using Alpha Spread. It goes on the website. It's a great company. Post all my reviews, and I have another series where I meet the CEO. I don't know if you've been around to see that, but I'm actually now. A couple of days ago, I interviewed the first CEO live from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, and I've spoken to the manager of the New York Stock Exchange, and I'm now meeting all of the CEOs. I've invited Richard Branson, Elon Musk, everybody, and we're working.
Nice.
They want to be on my show as a chat show rather than Bloomberg and the way it feels. They don't like it. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing them all. So we've just started our first series, and we're excited. So I just reviewed Ford, and I don't think you're going to like it. I don't think you're going to like it, Churchy. So what do you think? Because I have not spoken to you about this, Ford having to use the license for the self-drive and the charging stations. Ford must be annoyed about that. They must be thinking, we want our own charging stations. We want our own software. They must be thinking that, surely.
Yeah, and again, I think it's been tough in the EV market in general for a lot of companies aside from Tesla. I mean, a lot of government bureaucracies are going on as well. I wouldn't put the blame on all these companies. Local governments are not really keeping up to date, and they're not really transitioning the way they should into the EV market quick enough as the market expects them to. Charging stations are extremely difficult to find space, extremely difficult for people in the communities who don't want their parking spaces being taken away for EV vehicles. People are shying away from EVs because of the range of batteries and so forth. It's going to be a tough time. Ford made the decision back in 2019 to just go fully EV, and I think they kind of like jumped the gun a little bit and said, "Hey, you know what? We got to catch up to Tesla. We got to catch up to, GM and other car makers. Like it seems like EV is the way to go." And
Hang on.
I
Holding
just
all
think
my SPCE. Haven't sold a single share.
That just came in over the top. Fear and Loathing just gave me a $5 super chat. Sorry, I interrupted you. Sorry,
no, you're
Church.
fine. And I think Ford really started gearing up and ramping up as fast as they could to catch up to what the new EV market expected of them, and they weren't properly prepared. I would have to say, as a big fan of Ford, they weren't properly prepared. They kind of jumped the gun. They got great ideas. They have great vehicles so far. The EV vehicles are actually rated pretty well for all the issues that they had. And I just hope that Ford somehow finds a way to ramp up production, finds a way
But
around the
what?
bureaucracy.
But what do you do? I mean, think about it. Let's go back and look at the day when we had VHS, tapes, and then Betamax was the better technology, but VHS could produce it quicker and cheaper and ramp it up, right? We're not going to go back. No one's going to buy a VHS cassette now. No one's going to buy, invest in that. No one would do that, right? So technology moves forward, whether we like it or not. Things change, it adapts, whatever. Now, there's no doubt about it, whether you like the business as an investor, it doesn't make much money as an investor for the last sort of 10 years anyway. But put that aside, you love the car, you love the Mustang, you love the GT, you love Ford. As we've discussed before, I've had lots of Fords. They're very useful. My wife's got a Ford Escape, right? Very useful cars, good, not too expensive, good car, reliable to a certain degree, whatever. You can use it. It's a good product. We own one. I've owned loads of them in my life. But we've now got a new technology, like downloads replaced CDs replaced VHS, whatever. Can a legacy car company, which is its whole history is a gas engine, the whole smell of it, the feel of it, the noise of it, and everything else, can it transition? Because it's not even like the same thing. Just because it's got wheels with tires that go round and round and move you from A to B, it's a very different animal, because you buy a truck or a Mustang or whatever it might be for the smell, the noise, the grunt, the whole feeling of it. Buying a Tesla 5 years from now, when it's a robo-taxi, it delivers itself when you buy it. It just turns up at your house. It takes you out, whatever. People sit in the back like an office working. They're not driving anymore. It's a whole different thing. So can Ford, whose very business was built on, everything I've just described, transcend from like VHS cassettes into downloads? I don't think they can. They're not, just because they've got all the customers who buy cars from them. Maybe they just make the cars the way they make them. They sell less, because obviously in the future, when more people buy EVs, it's going to be less and less, and become like a Ferrari or a Rolls Royce, where they have a handful of customers who buy their beautiful, sports cars or whatever, and it becomes just what it is. It just can't stay number one like it's been for over 100 years. It just doesn't fade away, but it becomes a very unique, bespoke project. Do you not think that's the way it should go, or it needs to compete with Tesla?
I think you touched on a lot that was important to mention. That yeah, Ford really survived this long, really based off their name and also the customer satisfaction. I mean, people keep going and buying their cars. Best sold truck every year. Just no one has able to beat them. And like you said, the past 50 years of selling trucks, the Mustang, just like Dodge and other makers, they're like, well, we do have to adjust to the times, unfortunately. How do we still keep that same love, that same feel, that same smell, and get people to buy these EVs? And I don't really see it as much as me as an investor will want to look and see a return. I don't want to speak so ill on the idea. I want to believe that they will figure it out. But in any case, let's just say they don't. The self-driving stuff, I don't think they'll be great at. It's just not in their forte. They don't have a track record of it, and I'm not sure if they're even seeking out the right people right now to even go ahead and focus on something like that. So yeah, I don't think they'll be successful in that department. But to touch on a very good point that you made about Ferrari and how they were able to still stay on top of their game, selling vehicles that are extremely overpriced for the average person in the world. Ford will have to transition to something like that. How much do I know how successful it will be like a Ferrari, Lamborghini? But it is something worth them trying out. Like, hey, let's just make exotic cars like Lucid. Well, Lucid has an exotic EV car. Some people will prefer to drive Lucid over a Tesla.
Yeah.
Just by, cosmetics. We've learned through years of buying vehicles in America that people just love things that look good. Sometimes performance doesn't matter. But I think if you think of performance in the EV market, everyone should point to Tesla. Tesla's been the most successful maker in that so far, without a doubt. And if you want an exotic look to Lucid. If you want an exotic truck, look to Rivian. How will Ford compete in an oversaturated EV market? Like I said, I believe they can because they've lasted this long with oil and gas, but I think they have the capabilities and the smarts to accomplish it. But how successful will it be? The same Ford that we remember it as the past 50 years to 100 years? Hopefully, but I don't think so. I think they will become what would they call a second tier brand in the future.
One of our investors who I just spoke to a few moments ago from Turkey, Martini Racer, who's the guy who's got the hundreds of thousands of shares of Virgin Galactic, more than me, and I'm supposed to be the most bullish person in the world when it comes to Virgin Galactic. But he's got a boat and a Ferrari, and he's just mentioning now in the chat, he's saying, need to do a review on Ferrari stock. I keep wanting to buy, but it keeps hitting all-time highs. This is the point. There's always room at the top. There's always going to be money. People are always going to want a Ferrari, a Rolls Royce. They're always going to want a Bugatti. They're going to want a Ford GT. Right? They're going to want these cars. So I think that Ford can't do anything about what's happened. The world has changed. People still want the noise and the grunt and the smell. Human beings love all of that. It's not for me, but I know people who do.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think Ford need to accept or find a way. I mean, it's always difficult because when you're going to get smaller, you're going to lay people off. We're going to have the share price collapse. How do you just go small overnight? I mean, you can't really. But I think their future is going back to their roots, making unique Ford cars with that famous blue badge, with that famous sound, and do that well. And there'll be people who will always want to buy one of those. I think they're going to have to let it go. If they try to compete and continue, in my opinion, unless the government just keep bailing them out, as they do, they give them money, everybody knows.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they, they don't give Elon Musk any money. If they continue that pursuit, I just think they're just going to go bust. I don't know where the money. I don't know how they can compete. Do you think that, or do you think they can?
I love the idea of, you see, the Ford Bronco is a great example of what you made. The Ford Bronco came back out after 20 years of not being in production, and it was a very successful sold car. I mean, I'm seeing them all over the roads as well. Just for optics' sake, it's not just reporting factors. They sold a lot of Ford Broncos. It was a successful car that they created. Of course, it's gas right now, so of course people are going to buy it. But let's see what they do with the EV now. Well, sorry, it's a hybrid car. Let me correct that. It is a hybrid, so it does run on electric in certain aspects. But Yeah, Ford Bronco. I mean, what about the Ford Rangers? I see they're redeveloping those into EVs. They're still staying on their F Series vehicles. Who knows? They'll probably bring out one of the oldest Fords that we haven't seen in 50 years. Who knows? I can't really think of the name of the car that fast, but it's a very, very old Ford vehicle. It was very popular in your home country as
What
well. It sold
the
really well there.
Focus, the Focus, the Sierra,
Yeah.
the Fiesta.
See, yeah, the Fiestas, they're probably never going to make those again. Unfortunately, they were not very
No,
successful in the
no.
modern era. But yeah, a lot of those cars will need to be recreated. That's the only way. Like you said, the GT models, they're going to have to find a way to compete with Ferrari as well, and Lamborghini and Rolls Royce and those such vehicles. I don't really see them. The path that they're on now, I feel, is okay at the moment because everything is still new. But going forward now, if you want to tell me in the next decade, this plan cannot continue. But as an investor now, me speaking, I still say it's a good stock to invest in because it pays a healthy dividends. If whether you're a passive investor, someone seeking retirement soon,
Well,
things like that.
I did look at that today. I looked at the dividend, and it advertised there was 11%, and then it was back to 5 again. And we went through the dividend history, and it only did it once, and it's gone back down again. It's not a dividend king. It's not a Coca-Cola. It doesn't keep going up.
No.
It's not a J&J. It's up and down, and it's not always paid it. And if you calculate what the dividend payments is in regard to the stock price, it doesn't. There's no reason to buy it other than you passion and you want it to do well. My job is this show is to show people, in my opinion, what I think is going to return the best return. And there's
Absolutely.
many other options. If you love Ford and you work at Ford and you get free shares because you stock options and God knows what else, then fine. But if you're just buying it, I don't know why you would buy it. I can't buy it. I just cannot see a reason why I would. There's everything else returns a higher return. Sadly,
No,
that's
yeah,
just the way it is.
absolutely. I mean, again, it depends on the investor you are. I'm still extremely young. I got a lot of years ahead of me. I can make some mistakes.
Hey, don't make out I'm that old. I ain't that bloody old.
I would say that it's a cheap, affordable stock right now that could still have potential to grow. And I would say that you're going to get a lot more shares in this company, which means a lot more dividend payout for you. The company has shown to be profitable. I mean, here lately they haven't. And that's just because of supply chain issues and production. And they're moving all their plants to different parts of the country, moving a workforce out of Mexico into the United States again. There's a lot of transitioning going on.
What do you think of this? Because this was one of the points I put in the review when I did an hour-long video on it today, which will come out tomorrow. I said that the business model, when Ford developed their business, when they went public and made it an investable business, and it went public years and years ago, it was based around the premise of all the dealerships, how dealers make money with repairs, maintenance, upselling, warranties, blah blah blah. That was the whole business structure, and it still is today. Right, that's how it worked. I've got a mate who owns one of the biggest Ford dealerships in Dallas, and I know. I was only there last night, and the lot is full of cars. They can't sell them now.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Same
my
here.
God. No one can sell. I mean, gas cars are just piling up now, and it's just getting. And who wants to? People thinking, "Oh my God, do I buy a gas car? Is it going to become worthless in a few years' time?" And now EVs will take. They can't sell them anyway. We were there last night and did a few things down there, but like with the whole thing where you go online on your app and you order a Tesla, it leaves the factory itself, drives to your house, delivers itself. Right, it drives around. It's robo-taxi. You can use it as a business tool, so it's off doing drives while you're at work and not using it. Then when it requires its new tires or it requires some maintenance, there isn't any really. There's no gearbox. There's no spark plugs. There's no oil changes. Nothing like that. No brake pads. But it requires something. I don't know. It can drive itself back down to the factory and get repaired and come back. So all of that revenue that is upscaling, like paying for. I mean, last night we paid a lot of money for have a battery replaced because Ford have built it where it's inside the dashboard. So we had to take the front of the dashboard. Because I said to Leah, I can just take the battery out. Years ago, you could. It's made that it has to, well, not has to, but encouraged to go back to the dealership because the whole front panel had to come out.
Yeah, they're designed on purpose to make you take the cars back in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So if that industry's now gone away because the EVs do them, they're like basically robots, repairing themselves and yada, 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 yada. The whole infrastructure of the dealership dies. Where does Ford make money from now? There's just, I can't see anywhere it makes money now.
Yeah, and I think that's the case in a lot of sectors, not just the auto industry. AI is going to be a huge problem. Technology moving forward is going to be a lot of issues with trying to do the old way of doing business. Like now you can pretty much lease a car online, you can finance a car online using AI generated loan officers, which is crazy to me. So they'll just use an algorithm to kind of just, talk about what they can get out of, someone with this credit score, someone with this amount of down payment money. And now it's like there's no incentive to go to the dealership when dealerships for centuries in America have been known to be professional ripoffs. And, you go into a dealership, even a good deal is still not a good deal. And then if you get a better deal, well, then you still paid $100 more than what you had to.
Yeah, always.
So,
yeah, exactly.
And then, these warranty plans they sell you and things like that. Now, with all these EVs, I mean, quite frankly, do you really need all those things now? Other than just, car insurance is probably the only thing that's not affected by all of this. I would, so, just to answer your question, unfortunately, the auto industry is going through a crossroads, and it's one of those wait and see, let's see what happens. And it's sad because I have to wait for the domino to fall instead of me usually as a person trying to stop the domino from falling. And I'm going to have to wait and see how this turns out.
Churchy, thanks for calling in, mate. I've got to wrap it up. I've been going since 6 o'clock this morning.
Oh, wow. You're still working hard. Appreciate it.
Hey, mate, the channel is growing so quickly now. We double our rate of growth every month now. 98% of our live viewers are members. Is amazing. We're now talking to the CEOs. We're interviewing them. We've set a target for 10 million subscribers on our channel in a few years, and we've got
amazing.
I can't believe it. It's just been nuts. Portfolio's doing great. It's lovely to talk to you, one of our founder members, and I want to thank you sincerely for being a member, even though you can't always watch. Rarely we see you. You've been there supporting the channel.
Yeah, always. You're on recurring payments and stuff, so I'm not worried about it. I know that the work is still being done, and you're still doing even better than before. You're improving and just getting better and better. And so I know that the money's going to a good place. Yeah. So I don't even worry. I don't even worry that I'm still paying for something and I'm not able to engage as much as I used to. It's not a problem.
Yeah, but it's that's what the family feel like. Bill said to me the other day, he said, I'm not in the market right now. And I said, well, what are you doing? He said, I'm investing in you. And he buys memberships, membership gifting where you can give people memberships. And he's given away loads of membership where you'll pay to give memberships away. He said, I'm investing in you. I believe what we're doing, where the channel's going and what you're trying to do, which is really, really nice. And I'm humbled by it every day. So it's lovely to see you, mate. How's all your family? How's everybody in the churchy family?
Everyone's doing good. Mom's doing well. Sister, brothers, everyone is just, doing their part to live the American dream.
I absolutely love it. Church, thanks for calling in, mate. I'm going to wrap up the show. Cheers, mate.
All right. Thanks. Cheers.
Cheers. There we go. Absolutely brilliant. Church of Logic calling in, one of the original members. Love him to bits. What a great bloke. There you go. So anyway, we're all done. I'm tired. So listen, I've got to do some editing. I've got to get down 3 reviews. Churchy, I'll add in. Got the Ford thing there with Churchy. Let me put that in there. Churchy at the end. We had the Virgin Galactic thing this morning. If I don't get it done today, it won't ever happen. That'll go with the Ford. I think we're done. So we're back in the morning. Thank you for the super chats that came in. I want to revert back. Fear and Loathing. Still holding. I want to put this on the screen. Fear and Loathing. Sent me a super chat earlier. $5. Thank you very much. There it was. Still holding all my space. Haven't sold a single share. Good man. Nor me, by the way. And I won't be either. There we go. There's my Virgin Galactic situation. My overall balance, you can see. I just think we just got another. I think we just got a super chat just coming from Neil Carver. Let me. There's my portfolio. You can see we've sold off a little bit, but 72,000. It's more than I deserve. Very, very happy with that. Obviously, phenomenal day. So, gonna get off, edit the videos. See you back in the morning. Tomorrow night, it's a very special night. If you've not heard about what's happening tomorrow night, let me tell you. First of all, if you look down here, the upcoming live streams, this is tomorrow morning, closing bell. And then this is Monday, opening, closing bell. I've got Sensei show to put in there for Sunday as well, so just so you know. Tomorrow night on the music channel, which is now, less than 24 hours from now, Neil Carver, thank you for the super chat, mate. If you write in a comment, it will read it out. I did that because I thought it was going to read something out. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it's very kind of you. All the money goes into the show, and thank you. So tomorrow night, we've got our countdown to Christmas. We've got two. We've got tomorrow night and next Friday. What we're going to do, I did put a video out explaining this. We're making Christmas video cards, a very unique present. Even Martini Racer can't have presents like this with his yacht and his Ferrari and his rockets and everything else. My mate with his gold mine, they can't have a present like this. What we're going to do is tomorrow night, join me live on the show, countdown to Christmas. Let me give you the link. What we're going to do is this. You phone into the, you watch the show live, and in the chat, you say, you do a super chat, and the super chat will be a comment. This is to my wife, this is to my husband, this is to Bill, this is to Sarah, this is my children, whatever. And I will give you I will tell you when to do it if you want to do it, so it all works out right. I'll explain it tomorrow. You will then have, that's your Christmas message to your loved one. And then you want me to sing a Christmas song. All the songs are on my website, and I'll tell you what they are tomorrow. I will then do the song. So you've got the Christmas message, the Christmas card, and then the song. You will then go underneath the video and clip it. You will own the video. See, under the video, where we are live right now, mobile or computer, is a pair of scissors. You can clip it. You clip it from the moment I start to I end, and it becomes your very own video. So it'll be your message. I will deliver your message to your loved one with your song. You then have your very own video for Christmas. You then can keep that link, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, give it to your loved one, send it, email it, do what you want. They will open their phone, open their computer, and it will play their video Christmas card for the price of a super chat. It will play the message to them. So I will say, and you will say in the super chat, hi, this message is for Sarah. This is from Martini Racer. He loves you very, very much. He would love me to sing for you Jingle Bell Rock by Elton John. Whatever. Step Into Christmas by Elton John, sorry. I will then sing the song, and you'll clip it, and you will own that video. That'll be your video. I expect it to be very, very busy tomorrow night. Now, if it is busy and everyone's requesting, we can't get them all done, I might have to come back for a second night. But it's this Friday and next Friday. but I think we're going to get a lot tomorrow night. I think. Might be wrong, but looking at it, there's already 6 people who have liked the video, and it's not until tomorrow night. So I think it's going to be very popular and very, very busy. I think so. I might be wrong. Nobody might want it, but I think they will, because for the price of a super chat, you're going to get a unique present. I'm the world piano man. I'm going to sing the song. You'll own the video. You'll have it yourself. You can keep it forever, and it's a gift you can give to somebody. So that's tomorrow night. That's what we're doing, right? Okay, that's it from me. I'm going to get out of here. Let's get out of here. See you back in the morning. Thanks for all my guests for phoning in. That was a lot of fun. And I loved it. Loved it. So, if you've not tapped the like button yet, please do. But that's it from me. Let's roll the end screen. Shadooby-doo-dooby-dooby, shadoo-dooby-dooby, another day's over today. Shadooby-doo-dooby-dooby-doo-wah. Right, that's it from me. Stars of our show today. Let's have a look. These followers aren't real. We had some unpleasant people on. What's it called? Twitch, who like to do some silly stuff like this. I think it's funny, and as soon as I get 5 minutes, I'm going to turn it off, so there'll be no more Twitch nonsense. Here's our real subscribers: DM Bop, Carrie, Philip Royal, members Jeffrey Diamond, Super Chats, Fear and Loathing in Crypto, and Neil Carver. Thank you very much indeed for all of your Super Chat subscribers and love and all the rest of it. Brilliant. That's it. I'm done. I'm out of here. Let the music play out and we're good. Did Sensei Crypto popped in, and I don't know if he's still here. We missed Sensei phoning in. Oh, he's here. Sensei is here, and so is Seth Houston. It's amazing the people that are in the background lurking. They lurk. You know they're here, they just don't tell you. They lurk. Anyway, that's it from me. I'm tired. Today's been crazy, isn't it? 739 views on a regular day. That's bonkers. That's bonkers right there. 9,500, and I haven't put the videos out yet. Yay. Up and down. Someone says, I'm subscribing. No, I'm not. I like it. That's somebody earlier watching the video learning how to subscribe properly. Remember I explained that. That's it from me. See you back in the morning. As always, take care of your money, take care of yourself, take care of your crypto, and each other. Bye-bye for now.